So the number one thing that anyone who wants to become a DJ should master is the least fun thing about DJing, and that is playlist and track organization. Now, you could be a DJ and you could be a scratch master, you could beat match with your eyes closed, but if you don't know what song to play at the right time, then no one's going to enjoy listening to you DJ. So when I first started DJing, I was in the New York City rave scene, so I would go to these parties and I would see these DJs and I thought they were like ninjas, or they had really fast reflexes, or for some reason they were better than me. But then I came to realize that everything that they were playing was planned. They had their playlist, what they were going to play, they had backup tracks, and then they had their cue points on all the tracks that they were going to play, so they knew exactly what was going on, and that's why they looked so smooth and so cool when they're DJing, because they weren't searching through their software like they were writing an email. They organized their tracks. So there's a couple of ways to do this. Number one is, let's say you're booked for a gig next month, then as soon as you're booked for that gig, you should start building your playlist. So their biggest rule is to have enough music, but not too much. If you have too much music, you're going to suffer from paralysis by analysis. And if you have too little music, you run into the risk of replaying songs or running out of songs to play. And a good rule of thumb, this isn't an exact science, but it's a good rule of thumb, is to have double the amount of time in the songs than your gig is going to be. So let me just open up this playlist. Not that one. So this playlist right here, this Swag House playlist, is 6 hours and 31 minutes. I'm using DJ Pro AI, and then right here, when you go to your playlist, it tells you the number of songs, then it tells you the time. Other DJ softwares have the same feature that makes it easy for you, or you could just assume that every song is about 3 minutes and do the math. That's the old school way to do it. And so if you're doing a 3-hour gig, then this playlist would be perfect because it's 6 hours, so you have double the amount of time than the gig. You don't want to have the exact time, because then if you play something and it doesn't work, then you're kind of stuck with it because you don't have enough songs. So definitely have your playlist organized for the specific gig, but then also have generic playlists. Have one for the, you could do the decades, you could do the 90s, the 2000s, so you have all these songs for the decades, or you can separate it into rap, hip-hop, EDM, pop, and that type of music, and then you have these playlists readily available for you along with your gig-specific playlist. So if your gig-specific playlist, something goes wrong, you could go, oh, hip-hop's doing good, I could play hip-hop, this is doing good, I could play that. And then you will be ready to DJ no matter what happens. This was one of the things that I really struggled with on my first couple of DJ gigs. I would be practicing all week, doing scratch and doing beat matching, doing these perfect mixes, and then I would show up to the gig and I didn't make any playlist. I just went and was searching through songs like an email, and I didn't have a lot of fun, and the people that were there to listen to the set didn't really have fun. So this is something I learned the hard way, and I talk about it in all my videos, and I really hope that you guys take it to heart and take it serious of organizing your playlist, because when people aspire to be DJs, they think of being there, everyone going nuts, DJing, doing all these cool tricks, but that DJ that you see there doing that perfect set for an hour, there was hours and hours and days and weeks that went into the planning behind the scenes, so keep that in mind. And then with that, is you should have all of these songs in these playlists. Every single one of them should have cue points. I can't say it enough. So I think it's this song. So with this song, you could see I set my cue points. I have the green for when it starts and the red for when it ends. If you're going to do anything, if you don't want to go that deep into it, please just have a good place to start the track and a good place to mix out, and then you will be on your way to being a great DJ and an organized DJ. All right, number 2 is going to be functional mixes. Now, this doesn't have to be the most advanced transition with a beat match over 32 bars and doing all this stuff. What you're going to want first is to have just these functional transitions that could get you from one song to another without anything clashing, without there being any silence, and without there being any stress. So if you have those two things, you have your playlist organized and you have a couple of go-to easy transitions, then you could start doing DJ gigs and making money immediately, because honestly, when you're there DJing, you're doing a birthday party, you're playing at a bar on a Friday night, the only people that are going to be listening and being like, oh, he didn't even beat match, or that wasn't even a real transition, the only people that care are going to be other DJs, and you're not there to DJ for other DJs. You're there to make the people in the crowd have a good time. So I made so many videos on transitions, but a couple of them are, you could just set an echo, do an echo out, and then that can get you from one song to another. You could let one song play out the whole song and then start the next song at a good point, and maybe you could add an echo in that. You could do a classic backspin. You could just simply fade down one song, fade another one in. There are so many easy, simple transitions that don't require beat matching that could get you from one song to another, so you could focus on the people having a good time at your set, because at the end of the day, DJing is about the people, and it's about people having a good time. Now, number 3, for the most important thing that every DJ should learn if they plan on doing gigs, is being able to set up, tear down, and set up a professional-looking DJ booth, or have a good setup, because people aren't going to hire you again if you got wires everywhere and then your sound's off because you're not using the right connections. So DJing, yeah, it's fun, it's enjoyable, doing the tricks, doing the mixes, but just like with the playlist, there's a lot of hard work involved, such as working with all these wires, get to know which wires to use, which wires not to use, what's going to be reliable, what's not going to be reliable. If you plan on DJing with the iPad, make sure you have a way of your iPad being charged so you don't run out of battery. And it really doesn't cost that much to have a simple, good DJ setup. All you really need is a good, sturdy, reliable table that is at the right height. There's a couple different ways to get the table to the right height. I made specific videos on that. And then you could have a nice black sheet or tablecloth, put it over the table, and then you could set up your controller, set up your iPad or your laptop or even your phone if you plan on DJing like that, and then make sure to focus on your cable management. So don't have wires going all over the place. You want to make it look nice and neat and clean, so that at any moment, if somebody wants to take an Instagram picture, take a picture of you that you could use for marketing or anything, or you end up online on Facebook, that your DJ book looks nice and clean and is set up right. This, I can't stress it enough. It's something that people really overlook. They get all excited. I know how to DJ now. I got a gig coming up, and they forget to practice setting it up and tearing it down. So if you guys agreed with me, let me know in the comments. If you think I left anything out, let me know in the comments. Or if you have any specific questions about DJing and DJing with the iPad and the future of DJing, let me know. I love hearing from you guys. And if you found value in this video, give it a like. And if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the channel. I make these type of videos several times a week. Thank you.